Clean energy future for all starts with our customer. And so when we think about the tools and some of the things we can use, that's where LineVision comes into play.
How can we understand our system that exists as we transform to the grid of tomorrow? The grid was constructed and designed for really inside-the-box thinking. What we, as the utility that owns the assets that moves the electrons, need to start thinking outside the box again.
Data is incredibly powerful, and the longer you wait, the longer you're going to be behind.
We have great support from our executive leadership, enabling new technologies and us partaking in the power of data, which is really what it comes down to. What dynamic line rating sensors enable us to do is provide us the actual intelligence in the field.
The learnings are probably the most important thing for us to be able to start to digitize that piece of it. And as we really look and gather the data over the months, we start to see that we can get insights.
We're no longer just using one number for the wind speed and varying numbers of temperature based on a season. Now we can actually bring back the data, run it through the calculations of how we rate conductors, and show that dynamic variability of the wind and the temperature, which creates dynamic line ratings.
We can really start to get that total visibility and that full situational awareness, not just at our transmission, but also ultimately at the distribution and edge of the grid level.
Working with LineVision and DLC is really all about relationships and creating that accountability with each other, that we're working towards doing something that can create great change.
We're going to run into challenges, and it's how we work together, and thus far we've had a great partnership. It's been really collaborative. Starting to think about how easily it's installed, and it's like, okay, we know we can start to make that journey and making it operational. It's little o operational to turn into big O operational.
Really getting the data to start to flow, that was all positive. And then really starting to think about, okay, what is next once we start understanding what this data is talking to us.
We're not just ready, we're actually planning, and we're able to kind of foresee the future.
It's kind of an evolution of not just one, but many, and that's kind of the journey we're on right now.
We're going to run into challenges, and it's how we work together. We want to be ready, not just for today, but in the future, to drive that clean energy future for all.
And now we have the technology to be able to do